So how important is it to you, do you think, for staff to have a compassionate workplace?
I think it's hugely important. I think it's massively important if you want staff to be engaged in your workplace, if you want people to be really productive, if you want to focus on well-being. I think it's massively important around our partnership working, creating a solution-focused atmosphere, one where the staff really own the organisation. All of that has stemmed from being a compassionate workplace.
So it's at the core of your...
Absolutely at the core of it. And at the core of that then is the kindness, you know, which takes an awful lot of courage and indeed is not a weakness as most people think.
Right. So how do you go about creating all of that?
It's a definite business model. And we took this model from many other places. We took it from Panasonic, we took it from Hewlett-Packard, from Innocent, Toyota. I went and visited all of those places and learnt about their models. And it's all part of the well-being culture that is creating the most productive culture. So we started with staff engagement. We started with staff knowledge and awareness of each other, understanding what it's like to be human, and removing the barriers so we allow people to be human. So good days, bad days, and a kind of level of understanding of that. Followed on by communication. We created the phrase, you know, no dark corners, because it's catchy and everybody knows it. So we make sure that everybody knows everything, warts and all, good, bad, where we are, what's going right, what's going wrong, what we've got to deliver. And then moving through that, we involved everybody in developing our vision, our values, our behaviours, and behaviours are crucially important. We've got them all over our offices as a reminder, and as alongside creating your behaviours, you've got to allow people to challenge you when they feel you're not behaving within that value set or in that way that you've agreed. And it can work if it's just the staff in smaller groups, but it really works well when you've got a leadership buy-in. Then you've got the whole organisation, but the leaders have to agree to amend their behaviour because they have to behave the same as everybody else. And it has to be role model.
It's not just an add-on positive staff experience, it's at the core of what you do, and it's business driven.
It's total business acumen. It's in our business planning process, it's a business model the governing body signed off. Every member of staff could sit here in this seat now and tell you about that business model and why it's so important to us and how it's increased our success. And our partners say to me that they know where our staff have come from before they've even introduced themselves.
So what do they see in your
They see total solution-focused people. They see calm responses. They see the Suneo mind that Matsushita talked about from Panasonic. That calmness, that being able to think and see widely, see strategically without judgment, not bringing any personal baggage to those kind of conversations.
So you're feeling this approach that you've engendered right from the very start. You see it in your staff, and you see it in your relationships with other providers and other organisations.
We see it all the way through. We see it from the successful business that we run. We see it from the innovations that our staff of all grades, you know, grade 4 and up, go out and find innovations. They find pots of money, they bid, they partner with other organisations, partner with patient groups. And that's not because I've said go forth and do that. They go and do that because they feel that sense of distributive leadership. They feel that compassionate workplace has given them that courage to go out and do that. And they come back and try it, because that's the other part of it. In a compassionate workplace, there is no blame.